Welcome to Growing Younger podcast, where we guide you through your journey of reaching your fitness goals after 40. A surprising way how exercise helps to clean your brain at night. Hi guys, this is Alex Blaszewski here, the physio from Growing Younger Fitness. And today's topic for today's podcast is going to be something that I came across while I was doing my research review that I do usually at least every month. And I stumbled upon this new review study, a large review study that looked at the process in your brain called glymphatic system. Okay, so that's it's a way for your body to flush or to clean your brain, essentially, while you're sleeping at night. Okay, and so what this review study found was that exercise actually helps to enhance this this wash or the cleaning process of your brain while you sleep. So why this process is important is because it helps to clear away all the waste that you might accumulate during the day. So as pretty much almost all organs in the body, as the organ functions during the day, it accumulates a bit of waste around it. Okay, so it is very crucial for the brain's health to get rid of this waste. So very importantly, so this process helps to clean or flush away the proteins that are linked to developing Alzheimer's disease. So I guess you could associate getting rid of this waste with reducing your chances of getting Alzheimer's later in life. So most importantly, this research has shown that by exercising during the day, it actually helps to improve or make this brain cleaning process at night more efficient. So it is quite interesting because a lot of people don't associate physical exercise with mental sharpness or the cognitive function, because they separate this into two different boxes. Like there's a physical health, physical exercise that we all know that helps to improve your physical health. But the mental health, we kind of tend to put it in a separate section, a separate box. And we tend to do puzzles to help with our mental sharpness, but we don't associate physical exercise as something that may help with our cognitive abilities as well. But this research proves otherwise. So physical exercise not only helps to improve our physical health, but it also helps to improve our mental concentration, memory, and delay or prevent the onset of age-related cognitive decline. It's also quite interesting because the more research articles I read, the more I understand how the human body works, the more I come to a realization that exercise essentially is an elixir of youth. Like it's just it's a one medicine that helps to look after the whole body, from top to the bottom, from physical aspects to your mental and cognitive abilities, which is quite amazing. So just by exercising, you can pretty much improve every single aspect of your overall health. Hey guys, really quickly, we've put together a whole body strengthening guide that's designed specifically for people over 50. So if you'd like to strengthen your muscles in a safe and effective way, just head down to the description of this podcast and click on the link, fill in your contact details, and we'll send the guide to you straight away. Now you might be wondering, so you said exercise, it helps to improve the cleaning function of the body, the brain cleaning function of the body, but what type of exercise? So the research is pretty much points to the fact that both cardio type of exercises, so your walking, cycling, running, as well as strength training, they seem to have a similar effect on your body's ability to wash away the waste, the brain, byproducts, the waste of the brain. So, so both, yes. So cardio exercise as well as strength training helps to enhance this brain cleaning capacity of your system. But here's another caveat. So for you to take advantage of this of these findings, you got to have also adequate sleep. So if you're exercising but you're not getting adequate sleep, if you go to bed really late, or you just keep waking up at night, or if if you're not getting your good sort of 7-8 hours of sleep a night, you may not be taking a full advantage of this mechanism. So you basically, for this to work, you need two ingredients. You need adequate amount of exercise during the day, and also you need to have good rest during the night. So you need to have good quality sleep. And I know it's easier said than done, because sometimes if you're suffering from a bit of insomnia, it is hard to fix that problem sometimes. But if you are suffering from a bit of lack of sleep, you might be. It's probably another a nudge for you to go and address it. Maybe speak to your doctor and try and fix that problem. Or if you have bad sleeping habits, try and fix those habits. So maybe go to bed early. You try to sort of go to bed at the same time every night, so that your body gets used to the same kind of routine, and it's proven that it helps to improve your sleep patterns and quality of your sleep as well. Now, another question you might be wondering about is, so what, exercise of what intensity is best for my brain? So the answer to that is, as usual, consistency beats intensity. So you don't need to be running marathons every day. You don't need to do anything extreme. So as long as you do a moderate amount of exercise most days of the week, that will probably give you the best outcome. That will help to optimize this brain cleaning mechanism. Okay, so decide on what you want to do. Decide on something that's realistic for you and stick to it long term. Okay, so it's not about intensity. It's not about running a marathon one day and doing nothing for a few weeks. It's just about doing something every day, consistently over a period of time. And also, what if you have never exercised before? Is it not too late for you to start, even if you're in your 50s, 60s, or 70s? It's never too late to start exercise. Now, if your level of fitness is quite low at the moment, then you have to start where you are right now. So start where you feel comfortable, and then little by little you can increase the intensity as you go. But it's never too late to exercise. If you're not sure where to start, I mean, just doing even daily walks, it's better than doing nothing at all. Now, walking is, as I said in my previous podcast, is walking alone is usually not enough. But if you're doing nothing at all at the moment, then walking is still better than nothing. So, consult with your personal trainer if you have one, or if you get one if you don't have one. I'm sure they will be able to help you to point in the right direction. Yeah, great. So hopefully today's podcast is going to nudge you to start exercising if you're not exercising at the moment. All the best for now. I'll speak to you in the next podcast.